Guys, I am so excited. I'm excited because today I have the wonderful opportunity to bring to you the 78 Tarot Animal Edition. And I'm excited because the 78 Tarot decks sell out so quickly that I've only been able to snatch one in the 20 years that I've been collecting decks. And they've made several of these. I would think like 5 or 6 maybe. I have 78 Tarot Carnival. I really wanted 78 Tarot Elemental, but I could not get my hands on it. Once these sell out, you know, the ship has sailed. So when I saw that they had a new one, I was like, ooh, I immediately jumped on it. I spoke to the woman who is in charge of sending out the decks, and they sent me this deck for free. It is a gift for the purposes of doing an honest review. So that's exactly what we're going to do right now. I'm going to show you this deck. They were very generous. They sent me this deck, they sent me the guidebook, and they also sent me a pocket edition. Isn't that cute? So I'm going to show this one in a separate video. So today we're just going to focus on the limited edition and the guidebook. Okay, and then when I do the next video, I'll show the pocket edition by itself, and I will compare the sizes with the limited edition. So let's get started. My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and hit the bell that's next to it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might want to see this beautiful deck, and leave us a positive comment in the comment section. And also, please look underneath this video, because underneath this video is a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff there. On top, you're going to find the link to this deck, and you're going to find the link to the guidebook. Underneath that, you're going to find all of my information in case you want to hit me up. My email is there. All my social media is there. My Patreon is there. My Amazon wish list is there. All that stuff is there. So check that out, please. All right, guys, we're going to get into this without further ado. So first and foremost, I always show you guys the guidebooks. So I'm trying to move this without the camera getting mad. My camera is very temperamental. There we are. This is the guidebook. As you can see, it has a bit of glossiness on it, written by Trish Sullivan. Let me show you the back of it for any of you good people that would like to screenshot. And the 78, I remember looking at a lot of their campaigns. And basically what they do is, you'll see if you just screenshotted that, they bring together about 81 different artists, and each artist does one card. So it's a collaboration. We get the artist interpretation in the guidebook, and you get the message. There is no reversal, so if you're somebody who reads reversals like I do, it's not going to be in the guidebook. The book, as you can see, is glossy and full color. It is a large and in charge book. It is nice and thick, so it's not a small book at all. And in the very front of it, there are some spreads, if you use spreads like I do. And man, this is really pretty. Just flipping through it, I love how it's full color. That is an awesome guidebook. Awesome. All right, guys, so now we're going to open up the deck. It was so funny when I first got it, because I was like, it's black and white, but it's not. It pushes out. And I was like, oh, okay. So here is, I'm trying to turn it on the right way. Here we go. There is the deck. Let me push this back so you can get a look at the box before we get started. So how about that? All right, there we are. Look at the box. What I like about it is, look at that. Isn't that pretty? That is gorgeous, right? Now let me pick it up one more time and turn around for those of you who would like to screenshot and read the back. Yeah, so this is the 8th deck. See, that's what I'm saying. I only have one. Oh my goodness, I want to cry. So there are 7 other decks, and basically they brought together 81 different artists. And it's awesome because each one of them did a card. And we're going to see the artwork. When you open them up, this is how it looks on the inside. It has that cool ribbon. Always look for the ribbon. This makes it easier to get the cards out of the box. Oh, it has a saying inside. Love that. That is cool. Very beautiful. Excellent job with the box. As you can see, the box is hard. That box is not going anywhere. It is not going anywhere. Alright, so before I get started with showing the artwork, which I'm going to do, I want you guys to see that number one. Look at that. The gilding, the glitter gilding, isn't that the coolest? I was like, yo, that's decent. Love that. Let me show you before I get started the cardstock. Now, it's not too thick and not too thin. It bounces very nicely. Cool, huh? Love that. The back is the same as the box. Awesome. And let's put it right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare it to a standard size tarot deck. As you can see, pull it forward. It is, pull it up. There we go. A little down, more here, right there. As you can see, it is wider and longer than a standard size tarot deck. So it's a pretty big card. All of them are pretty big. That's probably why they came out with the pocket edition. That would make perfect sense, because I'm sure people with smaller hands are going to have some difficulty shuffling these in certain ways. I mean, if you do certain shuffling techniques like, you know, overhanded, I'm sure some of you do that, it won't be that bad. Now let's see if we can get the glare off of the card. Yes, we're going to have to look at it like that to keep the glare off of it. So this is one of the first cards, right? They had these, remember I said that they're extra cards. This is the meditation card. Beautiful so far. No borders. Excellent artwork. This is the first extra card. Here's the second one again. So they tell us what is, the first one was meditation. This one is protection. So obviously, if you have the guidebook, you'll be able to look it up and maybe get some more information. Definitely get some more information, because I did see it in the front. But intuitively speaking, if somebody got this card, I would assume that they were either in a need for them to protect themselves, or that they were in a protective state. I love this one. Because we're doing animals, and so they have the ancestor of the animals, which would be the dinosaurs, right? So I thought that was really awesome. And the artwork, oh man, look at that artwork. All right, now we're going to get into the Fool. Let me see. Yeah, so there is consistently a bit of glare. Just a bit though. But if you're somebody like me who uses like lights and cameras to take pictures of your cards, that, oh, I love that. That is beautiful. Beautiful. That might be a little bit difficult. You have to adjust the card, you know, like I've done. That is so fun. What a fun magician. What I really love about these is because of the fact that they use 81 different artists for these decks, you get so many different art styles. And for some people, that's a little bit difficult. That's a little bit difficult, because when I showed the tarot, the 78 Tarot Carnival, some people were telling me that because of the differences in the art style, that they had a little bit of difficulty with it. But I didn't. I found it to be, I mean, I'm telling you honestly, if you can read, you pretty much, after a while, I've been reading for 20 years. So after a while, you pretty much can read anything. Some things might be easier or more pleasant than others. Like, this is a beautiful aesthetic. I would love, like, looking at these, staring at the art is going to be really cool. But for me, it's like, okay, I can pretty much read anything at this point. The question is, do I like it? And this I like a lot. Now, a lot of people also tell me that they're not into animals. I'm not a huge animal person. Like, I don't have any pets or anything, but I do think that they're cute. And I have a lot, not a lot, maybe 7, 8, 10, something like that, animal decks. And they definitely have their place, because when I bought the Spirit Song Tarot, I realized that I really do like looking at the images. Some people tell me they struggle with that, but I love it, because if you really pay attention to their facial expressions and their body language, you can it's pretty much exactly what they do in the Rider-Waite-Smith. Except look at the Chariot. So in the Chariot, we have the big bird being, escorted, I'm gonna say, by the littler birds. Just like in the Rider-Waite-Smith, we have a man who's being escorted by 2 horses. So it's a little different, but you can see this is decent. I like this art style. That was a great choice. I really like them all. Look at this. Oh, wow. Isn't that the most majestic thing you've ever seen? The moon, the vines, the beautiful lion. I'm just, oh, that's beautiful. I gotta tell you guys, after all these years of doing cards, I still am enamored with the artwork every single time, because that's my favorite part. If you sit and do readings all day like I do, looking at this art, like, I don't know, I guess because I'm an art person, I am an artist, so looking at this art just really opens my spirit. Like, it's like amazing to me. Look at that. Yeah, so I would overhand shuffle these if I had small hands, or opt to get the pocket edition, which I think was a very excellent choice. I don't think it's easy to make one deck in 3 different sizes. I would love to see this size, that pocket size, and like a size in between them, like a medium size, like a standard size tarot deck. That would be perfect for my hands. But the thing about it is that this artwork is so beautiful. I love being able to see it so wide like this. I mean, you can see every detail, every little feather, every little line, you can see everything. And I like that. I love it. So even though, like with the 78 Carnival, even though it's a little wide for my hands, I still use it all the time because I love the art and I just think that it's beautiful. That reminds me of Sebastian from, what was it, The Little Mermaid? But Sebastian wasn't, enslaving people, but, you get the point. Oh, look at the tower. Awesome choice. Yeah, one of the things I like the most about 78 Tarot is that they are not afraid. Ooh, the star. They are not afraid to branch off and do their own creative thing. They do not just stick. They're not just a Rider-Waite-Smith clone. Not that I mind the clones, because I have a lot of clones too, and I like them too. But I also love when a creator is bold enough to do their own thing. This is a beautiful card. The star card is my favorite card in the whole deck. If you do the star card right, 9 times out of 10, I will look at the other cards in the deck. That is my favorite one. I love this interpretation. So they're not afraid of that. They're not, look at this. They're not afraid to step away from tradition, but they still hold the traditional elements. The sun is still here. The horse is still here. The sunflowers are still here, and the wall is still there. The only thing that has changed is that there's a rooster, what I think is a rooster. I don't know my animals that good. I'm definitely going to have to use the guidebook, but it looks like a rooster. So I love the fact that they, did their own thing, but they still give you recognizable symbols. Oh, cool. Wow. They stick together just a bit, so be very careful when you first get it, because that gilding makes them stick a little bit, and as you're pulling them apart, they're not hard to pull apart, But if you pull it apart wrong, I've seen people rip their card by accident. Not a 78 tarot card though. It was a different deck. Totally different company. But I have seen somebody do that before. So just be careful when you first get it and you're pulling them apart. And I also love that there are different types of animals in here, because I don't, like I just got finished telling you, I don't really know my animals that good. So if you're using this with the guidebook, you'll learn a lot more, at least the names of the animal, and maybe, you know, about the art and why they chose to do it that way. That would be cool. Aww. So you see, it's like some of them are just like so cute. I just love that so much. And some of them are serious looking. Some of them, like, if you look at their faces, somebody was saying to me they had a hard time, you know, seeing emotion on animals' faces. And I'm like, how? Like, if you look at their face, I mean, it's not the same as ours, obviously, but it's very similar. If you look at the faces of these animals, you can pretty much get a good idea of what's going on. And the backgrounds are awesome. If you look at the backgrounds in here, some of the skies are very intricate. This is a different style. Like that a lot. Love the strawberries. Ooh, spider. Reminds me of that big spider from Harry Potter that I swore was about to eat them. When I first watched it, I was scared for the kids, like, run. And that reminds me of Hogwarts. Stop playing with me. I love swans though. I think they're so majestic. This is how I like my animals. You know, I'm the kind of person who's not really an animal person. I don't dislike them or anything. I'm not responsible enough. There we go. I'm not responsible enough for pets. That's basically, this is so cute. When we were kids, we used to have a book about rabbits. I don't know what it was called. The Velveteen Rabbit just came to me. And that reminded me of that moment. Look at the blinker. It's so cute. Ah, now see, look at that. That's very different. Kind of cartoony. I like that. And I love how he's in armor. He or she. That's another thing about animals, is they can be, you know, masculine or feminine. This one looks very feminine with the pretty jewels. Love the jewels. That is so majestic. That's the word that comes to my mind with a lot of them. Look at that, majestic. You know, that's what comes to my mind. Like, wow. Oh my goodness. If you're somebody who's into animals being, you know, portrayed this way, you're really gonna like it. The finish on it, as you can see, has I told you guys earlier, we sell that little bit of glare to it, but it feels nice. As I'm touching them, I'm like, okay, I like the way it feels. I like this feel, I like the petal feel, and I like the linen feel the most. Those are my favorites. I do love glossy. I love the way it looks, but glossy is really difficult to photograph. So some of my glossy, as a matter of fact, like I did a video once talking about my glossy cards, and some of them are my absolute favorites, but you don't really see me use them a lot, you know, on TarotTube or on Instagram, because of the difficulty of photographing them. So if somebody, you know, wants to see, you know, a picture of their cards, it's really hard for me to photograph them. So something like this, all I really need to do is just to adjust the camera. But when they're glossy, it's like, that terrifies me, being out on the sea and something that large is underneath you. Like, oh my goodness. Just hoping it doesn't choose to knock the boat over. Oh, that is so cute. I love this. You know why I love this the most? Because where I come from, raccoons, I come from Pennsylvania, and there are raccoons in the city. You wouldn't think so, but there are. And outside of the city too, like in the suburbs. And they are known for theft. They have hands. They have little fingers like human beings do. Not exactly like human beings, but they can grip things. And they're known for stealing things. So if you have raccoons in the neighborhood and you come outside and something is missing, especially something that was edible, people always know the raccoons probably took it. So I thought that was cute to portray them as thieves. The Seven of Swords can often be a thief or a con man. So I think that's hysterical. Ooh. Whew. Oh, wow. Nice. Very, very nice. And you know, I like how they don't try to make difficult cards fluffy. I don't mind when a deck does that, because that has a place too, you know, for people who, you know, want fluffy cards. But I personally like both. I don't shy away from difficult cards. They have a place. These are like piranhas attacking something, you know. Difficult cards have their place. Sometimes we have a difficult time and we need to, you know, address that and not just pretend, you know, like it's not there. I'm somebody who believes in love and light. I believe in positivity. I do not dwell on negative, but I also don't pretend like when things go wrong, it's not going wrong. I just address it. Period. So I like that. I like how they, you know, are like, okay, you know, these cards are a little, you know, a little difficult. But it's okay. This is beautiful. I always get the Queen of Swords. Oh, that's beautiful. Really beautiful. They did a great job on this. See, this is the thing about when you're doing cards. I was mentioning this to you guys earlier. You're staring at these images over and over again because you're shuffling and, you know, you're going from, you know, reading to reading, client to client. And if you have something interesting to look at or something unique, like in this case, interesting and unique to look at, whew, beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? Look at those roses. Oh my goodness. The butterflies, that is beautiful. My daughter's gonna love that card. My daughter loves butterflies. But if you have something interesting and beautiful to look at, it doesn't really change the reading itself. I mean, the information is the information. Whatever you're gonna get, you're gonna get. But you might get more because different decks, you might piggyback off of something that you don't normally see or consider something that you don't normally think of, or spirit may tell you that a certain color means a certain thing or a certain number. So it does give you a lot more. Oh, that is so cool. Oh man, look at the background. That's really nice. Reminds me of an old movie that I saw with the guy that plays, what is Anthony Hopkins, and he runs off to live with the gorillas. It was very, very interesting. It might have even been based on or slightly based on a true story, but basically he ran off and left civilization to live amongst the gorillas. Oh, that is beautiful. I love that Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is always wands shooting that way. So to have them jumping, what I think are salmon. Because I think salmon, don't they jump upstream? I could be right. I could be wrong. Hopefully it's in the guidebook so I can see. I think I remember that from childhood. The older I get, the more, here we go. The older I get, the more fuzzy. 5th grade, 3rd grade science class, you know, gets. The details are starting to evade me. I think that this reminds me of like a fairy tale. Oh my goodness. I like how some of them are like in a fairy tale, more cartoonish. Some of them look more natural, like they're in their natural habitat. Some of them are dressed up like the King of Pentacles had all those jewels on. I'm like, yo, this is all. Look at the doggy. I know people who have little dogs like that. I love the crown and the necklace. Oh my goodness, that is decent. Awesome choice. And you see what I mean about them not being afraid to, you know, be quirky, to be funny, you know, to be cute with it. I love that so much. Now, the Cups is my favorite suit. I love that frog. The Cups is my favorite suit. So, If you do the star and the cups right, which so far they've done the star amazing. The Two of Cups, one of my favorite cards. Love the flamingos. All of this, the pink, yes. Pink and red are my colors for love, so that definitely fits my aesthetic. Three of Cups. Oh, the toucans, I think. Or parrots. Yeah, toucans don't have them long beaks. They do have the long beaks. So those were parrots, I think. Oh, look at the panda. I have a deck coming that features pandas. That is so cute. And I love the little T. Oh my goodness. That is so cute. Yes, guys. 100%. 78 tarot. This is awesome. This is really awesome. And as you can see, even though the art styles vary from card to card, I would not have any problems at all doing a reading with these. Because the energy is cohesive enough. Even though it's done by different artists and different interpretations, it all has the focus on animals. And this time they're all in color too. I remember in one of the decks there was a black and white card. And I remember people saying that it kind of, you know, threw them off. It didn't throw me off, but it threw some people off. I think it really depends on, you know, like I said, your style and your experience and stuff like that. That's beautiful. Seahorse is gorgeous. So yes, they definitely did the cups justice. Oh, the rooster and the chicken and the babies. I've never seen something like that in a tarot card. That's awesome. Awesome. Let's see this. Oh, the page. The Page of Cups is often well, I'm gonna say the whole court cards are often really my favorite. Look at that shark. The Knight of Cups, the knights period, are often in armor, so that's cool to see the shark in armor. The Queen of Cups, all nurturing dolphin. Oh, perfect choice, Lauren. Lauren Brown did this one. I love how at the bottom there's the name of the card, but they also tell you who did it. So if you want to look up that artist, maybe see some more of their work, you might want to purchase some of it. Oh, look at the king. It reminds me of, there's a crocodile goddess from ancient Egypt. That's what this one reminds me of. But I love how that, because if you take a look, you can then look up the artist on Instagram or whatever, follow them if you want to, maybe, you know, purchase some of their prints or something, because some of these would make almost all of these would make really nice prints. I'm trying to see. All right, let's go. Since we are done, let's look at this one. I want to see the crocodile. It says here, the artist's interpretation. The King of Cups is about one's mastery of all emotions of life. He is concluding the ability to embrace the inner calm despite the turbulence in life. Focus on your mastery of mind and body. Navigate the wreckage of past and future events by finding the balance between heart and mind, bringing compassion and strong relationships to the forefront. This card will help you realize your power over your emotions and thoughts, giving you the ability to change your inner self if you pay attention and embrace your feelings. Message from the crocodile. No matter what is going on around you, no matter how everyone else acts towards you and others, you are in control of yourself. Use your feelings as a tool. Use them to educate you rather than the other way around. You are the master here. So take a moment, recenter, and reframe your reactions before reacting. Oh, and it does tell us a little bit about the animal. Perfect. Crocodiles are ancient, primordial creatures of wisdom, discretion, power, and control. They have excellent vision, which means that they maintain a clear viewpoint on what they want and how to get it. Okay. And you can see that in his eye. Look at his eyes. They look like they're sharp, you know? This level of wisdom and control led us to choose the crocodile for our King of Cups. Keywords: authority, calmness, and wisdom. So there is not any reversals, like I said before, but if you get it reversed and you know how to read reversals, obviously that won't be a big deal to you. If you're somebody that needs more help with that, I recommend getting, what is it called? Tarot Reversals by Mary K. Greer. If you need reversals, that's perfect, or just general tarot information, that book gives you the card in the upright and the reverse. It's the one I still use to this day. Awesome book. Underneath this video, I'm going to put the links, like I said before, to this deck and to this guidebook and to tarot reversals, if I remember, for any of you that might want it. This deck is a 10 out of 10. I do highly recommend it. It is great for any collector. Snatch it fast though, guys. Don't wait, because when they say limited edition, they are not playing. They're not playing with us. This will definitely sell out, and you know, I don't want to give you fear of missing out, because I know a lot of people have anxiety around that. But if this is something you want, don't wait. If there's a special collector in your life, get it quick. It's a great idea for Christmas, great idea for a birthday. The quality is excellent. This is not a gift that you will be embarrassed to give. You will definitely get lots of love for giving this gift. So you guys check out underneath this video, and you please come back soon, because I got a lot more to say. See you later.